This is the No Offense, but the podcast. And I'm your host, Shaky J. Kill, my co-host, Mr. J. Brown.
What's up?
Episode 15. The day before good old Independence Day. Lots of fireworks and gunshots this weekend. Lots of it. For a reminder for you fucking idiots out here, shoot at the ground, not in the fucking air.
Right.
Don't be a dumbass. What goes up must come fucking down. I never understood why people would just fucking fire up in the air anyways. Oh, 4th of July, bang bang up in the air, and then next thing you know, it's coming through someone's fucking car roof or through their fucking house.
Right.
Seen a couple times last year down in Indy. People were like struck by fucking random bullets and shit, or their cars were getting fucking struck. Absolutely fucking nuts. I feel bad for all the shell-shocked veterans this weekend. They're getting the fucking ass end of it. And then they gotta deal with it for the next fucking week, because you know people still gonna be firing fucking fireworks and shit off. I didn't even figure out when fireworks was being done around here. I don't know when.
Tonight is Marion's, and tomorrow is Gas City's.
Hey, we might get enough time to go watch the fireworks tonight, babe.
Yeah. Maybe.
We'll probably go park at my dad's.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. But good old 4th of July. I don't even think we went last year. But yeah, because we was at Bob and Morgan's last year, which this year we'll be back at the same place probably.
See, last year I spent it with the two younger kids. This year I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I may go to, me and Grace may do something tomorrow, I'm not sure.
Yeah. That would be nice. That would be fun.
Jeremy's at work, and me and her are both off.
I got tired of spending money on the 4th of July. That shit's a fucking money racket. It's a fucking money racket. Buy our fucking fireworks, and the good shit's like $100 a fucking box.
It's like money literally up in smoke.
Yeah, literally. I say, me and Bob was talking about that shit. He's like, yeah, I'm not buying no shit ton of fireworks, if any, this year. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not buying nothing.
Money literally up in smoke, just like as I light up a cigarette.
I refuse to fucking buy fireworks this year.
Yeah, I bought some last year. I bought a small pack just for the for the kids. But I don't normally haven't bought fireworks in years because it's literally just money up in smoke.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
And they sell that stuff. It don't cost that much to make that shit.
Right. And just the fucking danger behind it. There's always some dumbass that gets their ass blown off because they're fucking with fireworks and shit.
Or some football player, some defensive lineman, some all-star defensive lineman.
He like blow his hands up or some shit.
Yeah, still playing.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you know, the dude played high school ball in Indianapolis. Jason Pierre-Paul, I'm pretty sure he played his high school ball in Indy.
Like, I be so sketchy about fireworks. Like, man, if that shit ain't on fire, I ain't even, if it goes out while I'm lighting it, that means it wasn't meant to be.
Right.
That's like the fucking Dixon guy over in Fairmount who blew himself to shit years ago.
I used to do that shit though.
And then
Jared Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips, and then
firework in his hand, and he closed his hand, and he blew off the 3 middle fingers.
I used to like fireworks, and the wick it has a long wick on it. It'd burn down, and like there's this tiny itty bitty bit of a wick left. I'm sitting here trying to light it.
Oh man.
Yeah. But I am also the same person that in March of 2020 caught themselves on fire. So, the beginning of the pandemic, I got fire pit and put a big old limb across it to burn through it, double up the wood. Well, I step on it to finish breaking it through, and the jeans I was wearing it was frayed at the bottom.
Oh, shit.
And it hit just right, man, and it caught my leg on fire, melted my shoe and sock to my foot and ankle. Went to the hospital, and they just cleaned it out. Didn't give me anything, didn't do anything for it, just cleaned it out.
Yeah, that's all they can do, scrub that motherfucker. Oof.
Well, I mean, it was good second and third degree burn.
I had to have a skin graft on my arm. Fucking burnt my arm on a hot trash barrel. Fucking as soon as I tapped it, fucking seared that shit clean off. And they had to fucking take skin from my ass and put it on my arm. I got an ass arm now.
I watched The Great Outdoors last night. It made me think of that bear with the bald ass and the bald head.
But it's weird though, because I got tattooed over it. So like you can't even really tell unless you're really looking at my arm. And it starts about probably right here and goes down to about right here. But it's like I figured getting it tattooed would fucking like hurt. It's scar tissue. I didn't feel a fucking thing on this whole until he got down by my elbow. I was like, okay, now I can feel it, motherfucker. That shit hurt.
Jeremy's dying to give me a tattoo now.
They're fun. Once you get one, you want to keep getting them. Like you it's like what people say, you get addicted to them.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I don't think it's the pain that people get addicted to. I think it's the experience.
And I don't know. I like the sound.
The experience is addicting. Like
the sound is pretty relaxing.
I don't think I was sober for any of my tattoos though. To be honest, I do got some bad judgment fucking tattoos. I really do. And then I'm letting fucking junkies tattoo on me and shit. Sketchy as fuck.
I have now 2 junkies.
Yeah, but was they doing it when
they weren't junkies?
Right. See, these motherfuckers were an active addiction. Like, speeding balls, doing my tattoo and shit. Can't sit still and nodding the fuck off from the pills and shit. Which, given they were very fucking talented people. I mean, some of the most talented people use drugs. Like, you gotta think about it. Ray Charles was a heroin addict.
Yeah.
There are painters
Hendrix.
out here.
Hendrix.
Yeah, Hendrix.
Janis Joplin.
Keith Richards.
Right.
Oh my God.
Keith Richards. Man, I can't believe he outlived Betty White.
Yeah, he's the fucking Betty White of rock and roll. That dude will not fucking die, man.
I think he has several times.
Probably, yeah.
Was it Nikki Sixx? He's died a couple times.
That's like I said, though, man. He found the fountain of youth in a pile of cocaine.
Yeah, he did.
Like, good Lord, dude. And you're still marrying bitches that are like 30 years old. Like, dude, you have nothing fucking better to do. You've been banned from your own country once before. Like, you've, like, made it to the top when you get banned from a whole fucking country.
Right. Other musicians are getting knighted. You're getting banned.
Yeah, getting fucking banned. Him and Ozzy are, like, 2 of the most famous people to get banned from their fucking country. I don't even think Ozzy can still go back. I don't think he can go back still.
He's here now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's here. I don't think he can go back to England, like, ever again. Like, it's fucking crazy.
What did he do?
The whole bat ordeal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that, and he did something else. But they were like, you know what? We're fucking sick of you, dude. Like, don't fucking come back.
Don't fucking come back. Jose, you cannot
fucking
return.
Great. Like, it's amazing to me. Like, you motherfuckers are fucking nutso. All these fucking rock bands back then were nutso, though.
Right.
I think probably the cleanest one out of all of them probably was the Beatles up until, like, the Beatles' later years and shit. And then you start really seeing how fucked up they were.
Once they got big in the U.S.
It was over.
Yeah.
It was over.
Yeah.
You can easily be corrupted by the American lifestyle.
Yeah.
We live very gluttonous in our each and very own individual way.
Yes. I mean,
American greed is a real fucking
that's why a lot
thing.
of other countries don't like us.
Oh no, because we're pompous pricks.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know it alls.
Yep.
You can't come fuck
Bloody
with
Americans.
us.
Yeah.
We're better than everybody else, but we have the most mass shootings and school
Right.
shootings and
Well, it's because nobody else has legalized guns, man.
yeah.
I mean,
but look at Switzerland
yeah, well, that's because everybody's got a gun.
and Sweden.
That's because everybody's got a gun.
Yeah, they make you take.
Yeah.
I think when you turn 18,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's actually younger than that, I believe. I think it's when you turn 16, you take a mandatory gun course.
Right.
And it's like, that's dope as shit.
Right. I mean, there's no crime because everybody's got a gun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, what, you're going to walk in someplace
it's,
you know that they're armed?
Denmark, I believe in Denmark, every household must own a gun by law.
Yeah. Yeah, there's, it's like Switzerland, the world's largest standing army because the entire country is armed.
Yep.
Literally the entire country.
It's like
Yeah.
Vatican fucking City. If you gave everybody in Vatican City an M4.
Well, that's why the Japanese didn't invade the mainland U.S.
Yeah.
because Americans were armed.
Yeah, they knew they'd be fucked.
Yeah, they may be able to get past our U.S. military, but then you still have the citizens, the armed citizens, to deal with.
And it's still the biggest fucking threat.
It's still the biggest threat.
That's why no one has even attempted.
No.
But someone's going to attempt really soon.
Yeah.
It's going to be attempted.
So yeah, somebody's going to push their luck, and
I think Russia is going to get so pissed off with the help that Ukraine's sending that they're just finally going to be like, you know what,
Well,
we're right across the Bering Strait.
you can say what you want about this country, but they do tend to pull together.
Oh yeah. Russia come here, they got a hell of a fucking battle.
Yep.
I'm not even going to say war because it ain't going to get that
Nope.
far.
Bloods and Crips will come together to fight them
Oh
motherfuckers.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hell, it's damn near as many fucking gang members as it is gun owners.
Yep. Legal gun owners, that is. Because those guys ain't legal gun owners.
I'm not. So, for those that don't know, Indiana is now an open carry state as of July 1st.
It's a constitutional carry state.
Constitutional carry, yeah.
The way I understand it, you don't need a permit to carry on person. It just gives you the same rights as the permits did.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you need a permit for anymore is if you carry out of state and that state reciprocates.
And the police cannot
So
directly ask you about it unless they feel you pose a threat, which that is very gray.
right,
That is very gray
Right.
because a cop could just look at you. The encounter I had with the police the other day,
oh, and it's
they would have deemed me a threat, and I would have been into some shit.
and it's 18 years old.
Yeah,
You can carry at the age of 18, not 21. 18, because a permit I believe you had to be 21 to get a permit.
mm-hmm.
So now it's the age of 18, which makes sense because at 18 you're considered an adult.
Yep.
You're old enough to vote.
You can go to war.
You're old enough to go die for this country. You're not old enough to drink. You're not old enough to buy cigarettes. You're not old. It's just so stupid.
The
Get
way
married
they,
in a home.
the way they outline the shit though, who cannot carry? Individuals that qualify as serious violent felons. Okay,
Right.
it's been that way.
Right.
Juveniles with certain exceptions. It's been that way.
Right.
A person with under a felony indictment.
Right.
It's
Under
been that way.
a felony indictment.
Right, they're waiting.
Right.
Waiting to be charged. A fugitive, duh. An alien, and a lot of people got a kick out of
Yeah.
that. An alien. For undocumented immigrant.
There you go.
That's what Biden wants us to call it. Soft motherfucker. A person who was educated as a dangerous, a mental defective, or committed to a mental institution. So otherwise, if you've tried to kill yourself or you're slightly retarded, you cannot have a gun. I don't mean to use the word retarded harshly, but you go into a mental institution, retarded's retarded.
But
Yeah, no offense, but Retarded is retarded.
I mean, layman's terms.
Yeah.
Here we go. We are not politically correct.
A person who has a restraining order filed against them.
Which that one I don't necessarily agree with.
I kind of do. Because domestic abuse shit.
I understand that. But
motherfucker,
do you know how often a restraining order gets put in divorce papers and it's not even necessary?
Civil breakups.
There's not a reason for it. There's no
breakups.
threat of violence or anything like. Never has been.
I think it
and
only,
they automatically put a restraining order in there.
It should only apply. That restraining order should really fit under 2 of the fucking listings on here, because really it could be. You can't just say restraining order, because you can be a non-violent restraining order.
Right.
Like you stole from Walmart. So you can't come back to Walmart type shit.
Right.
Which is technically a restraining / trespassing notice. But it's like, come on, man. Okay, I understand dude beats up his fucking wife. He goes to jail for DV and has to bond out.
Right.
Then he's found guilty. In the process, he cannot have a fucking gun.
Right.
That should have been lawed in. And now it is.
But like I said, there's people out there that women file for divorce and the lawyers automatically throw in a restraining order. And it's uncalled for. And now that person can't carry because they have a restraining order out.
It's a way to enforce a gag order.
Right.
You don't fucking talk to them.
Luckily, we didn't go through lawyers for my divorce. Everything's been worked. We worked everything out on our own. Right. We didn't need a divorce. We don't have to go in front of a judge. Nothing. It'll be final at the end of the month.
I don't even think they utilize the restraining order thing in civil divorces anymore, though. I think like it's... Only if they feel like it's a danger type shit.
I know they did 20 years ago.
Yeah. Now it's like, you motherfuckers want to get divorced, pay this money, and it's over with. We ain't going to do nothing more unless y'all want to dispute about property, which then it becomes a civil claims.
But see, if the two parties can work everything out, there's no reason for lawyers. That's what we did. She printed up all the paperwork online. She got a waiver for the filing fees because we're both poor as hell.
Right.
And we worked everything out, agreed to everything. The only thing she wanted that I didn't give her was full custody. We agreed on joint custody, her having physical. And everything else was agreed upon. I think the court did set the support. At the time of the filing, I didn't have a job, so support was set pretty low.
I think the minimum is like $40 a week.
Mine was 77 is what it was set at.
So that's
2 kids.
Yeah, so that's like $38 a kid,
right.
pretty much.
Right.
It's just fucked up how they put numbers on children in that process. Because like they say it takes like $250,000 to raise a kid from birth to 18. Right. And it's like, okay, y'all said that shit 15 years ago. What's the inflation on that? Because it's a lot of shit going on now.
It takes more than that driving back and forth to soccer anymore.
I remember my parents having to spend little to next to nothing for me back then.
Right.
It wasn't shit. A pair of Jordans was a fucking $100.
Right.
Now you're paying almost $300 for a pair of Jordans. Fucking same way with shoes in general. Fucking Air Force Ones, you're going to pay $100 for those motherfuckers. And originally back then they were only like $40, $50 shoes. It's like, jeez, dude.
I don't pay a lot for shoes. My work shoes is what I'll spend the most money on. Which last pair I just got a pair. I got them day before yesterday. Ordered them through work. What, $40? You know, $10 a week out of my paycheck. You know, but yeah, I'll spend $60, $70 on a pair of shoes, but not much more than that.
Shit, I'll spend.
I don't care. It's just something to put on my feet, man.
In the last 3 years, I've probably spent close to $2,000 in shoes, which ain't bad.
Right.
It ain't bad at all.
Is that for yourself or family?
Me, her, and the kids and shit. Because they all got shoes for Christmas.
Right.
And then I just bought a pair of shoes to go overdressed to this fucking wedding. But
I mean, before things hit the fan between me and my ex, I was taking the kids twice a year, getting them shoes. You know, I'd get shoes, they'd get shoes. She'd get them if she wanted them, which sometimes she did, sometimes she didn't. But yeah, I mean, we were starting to do pretty good, and then life happens.
What sucks is they got rid of Shubilee. When Shubilee left, it was like, okay, that was the closest place. Now you got to buy shit online, or you got to drive a fucking hour.
Well, they got that place out there by Meyer.
Yeah, Shoe Carnival.
Yeah, BOGO.
Yeah.
They have a BOGO, buy one, get one half off. Which is why I, was able to get them shoes twice a year, because what I would do is I'd get my work shoes and I'd get me a pair of tennis shoes half off. I'd buy my boys' shoes and get my daughter's shoes half off, and then you spend so much and you get X amount of dollars off, So.
That's where I got all the kids' shoes from. I ordered them online, though, because the store didn't really have shit to pick from at the time. But I got all the kids' shoes from Shoe Carnival online. And then either I'll get my shoes there or from Nike or Puma. Which I get my Pumas from Shoe Carnival.
That's where I got mine. These were the cheapest pair I found that I liked, and they were like, was that $40-50? Went a lot.
Yeah. I got a pair of Puma work boots, steel toe. Fucking heavy as shit.
See, that's what I used to get. The non-slip, water-resistant steel toe shoe. But just because I love the steel toes.
Right. But. Then I got a pair of steel toe Air Maxes, Nike Air Max, Gore-Tex, badass fucking shoe. Uncomfortable, yes, but nice fucking shoe. But my favorite ones out of all my shoes gotta be my Hot Ones Reeboks.
Yeah, I love those shoes, man.
Those are fucking dope.
Next pair of shoes I was gonna buy, I think, is gonna be some Hey Dudes.
I just watched the latest episode of Hot Ones, and it was just so dead.
Yeah.
It was Queen Latifah.
Oh.
And they did talk some interesting shit. It was like some good conversation, but it wasn't like how the other shows are where like it's just fucking madness because the shit's so hot. Like, the best one I've seen is, like, Post Malone and shit. He was, like, sweating to fucking death, eating these fucking wings and shit.
Shaq was pretty funny.
Yeah, Shaq. Idris Elba was the funniest one. Idris Elba had me fucking dying. His facial expressions, oh my fucking God.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Tastes like shit. Too fucking hot.
He said, get 2 pieces of bread and hold it up to your ears. Shit sandwich. Shit sandwich.
He's been on twice now.
Oh my God. I love Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Gordon
He's
Ramsay
funny as hell.
replaced Anthony Bourdain to me. Like,
yeah.
Because Anthony Bourdain was fucking amazing. Like, one of the greatest fucking chefs there is. And he fucking died, of course.
Yeah.
But it's like Gordon Ramsay is now doing the shit that he was doing. They got that fucking RV shit they be doing. That's fucking hilarious.
When they're the 2 chefs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched a couple episodes.
Fucking hilarious. Good old Anthony Bourdain. I think he showed the world like everything is not peaches and cream.
Right.
With what he did and how he did it, and you gotta understand why he did it, the stress and shit. And
to be honest with you, I mean, I would rather watch a show that is true, real life.
Yeah.
No fluff and bullshit. What's it really like in this country?
Right.
And the food that these people have to eat and so on and so forth. Don't necessarily go for the whatever cuisine, the rare cuisine that people hold near and dear. Go for the shit that they actually, the shit sandwich that some of these people actually eat.
Right.
You know?
Oh man, I was watching dude eat fucking blood sausage the other day. Like, you're fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I can't.
Fucking
It's like
coagulated blood in a fucking condom.
It's like over there in the Brits, you know, they got their blood pudding that they have for breakfast and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I could bring myself to eat that. I had beans for breakfast.
Yeah. They're weird over there. They're just a different type. Another good cuisine, like South African food, is fucking amazing. Given a lot of it was brought in, it was, you know, colonized type dishes, but they eventually became traditional. But they got some good ass eating over there too.
I want to. I would love to go to like Germany and Poland and some of the inner countries of Europe.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the ones that border the sea, but some of the landlocked ones. Because I'm not a big seafood eater, so I want to experience some of that cuisine.
Right.
You know, your German, your Polish, your, you know.
So I want to go up and down the
Hungarian
Mediterranean.
and
The Mediterranean is something I want to do. Fucking Greece, Italy.
see, I'm sure there's, like I said, there's tons of seafood in their cuisine because they're right there on the ocean.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good fucking seafood eating right there, though.
I imagine it is. Like I said, I'm not big on seafood, so
Pacific Coast is good. Atlantic Coast shit is good, but that Mediterranean shit is just totally fucking different.
well, you got to be careful of Pacific. What comes out of the Pacific?
Yeah. See now, Fisherman's Wharf, all them seafood places down there, they get their shit out the bay, and it's like it was pretty fucking good.
I don't think it's as bad now as what it used to be, but they had that reactor plant in Japan melt down here. It's been a few years now, but you know that contaminated the ocean and the life in the ocean. You know, so all the ocean life in there was contaminated for a little while. I don't know about all of it, but I mean, you know, at least some of it was. And that stuff that comes out of the Pacific, you got to be careful of. I mean, like I said, not so much anymore. But
I want to try puffer fish.
Puffer fish,
like this, because it's poisonous if you eat too much of it, and if they don't cut it the right way, it can kill you, make you real sick. But I wanna try that shit.
Well, my ex was telling me when she lived in Germany, they went to this place and ordered pizza. First time they ordered a pizza, and it came and it had a fucking egg right in the middle of it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because that's the way it came, with the egg cracked right in the middle of it. You know, I'm like, the more I think about it, you know, I'd probably try that. You know, I mean, like, you have burgers with egg on it.
Yeah.
You know, they have what they call a farmhouse burger or something. You know, with bacon and egg and cheese all on your burger, and you bite into it, and the egg yolk runs down. Yum.
I need to go to fucking Giordano's down in Indy. That fucking place. I've not had it in Indy. I've had it in Chicago. Pizza place. Fucking amazing. But I need to fucking go there. They got those fucking big ass stuffed pizzas where you just have the sauce on the fucking top and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All the stuff, all the ingredients are inside.
Yeah. Fucking amazing. Expensive.
Now, I am a pizza lover. I will put just about anything on a pizza. You keep your fucking pineapple off my damn pizza.
Only way I'm eating pineapple on a pizza is if it's got the barbecue sauce and the chicken.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be that teriyaki barbecue sauce, because like that shit just hits different.
We got this spicy pineapple turkey breast out there. And it's not real spicy.
Right.
But it's got a little bit of heat to it. But man, it's bad as hell, man. My favorite though is the honey maple ham. Is it honey maple ham? Yeah, it's a ham.
I like that buffalo chicken.
That buffalo chicken's pretty good too.
Fucking that with the buffalo cheese. That buffalo cheese is something serious they got there too. Oh my goodness, that's some hot shit. It's like buffalo hard or aged cheddar or some shit.
No, we don't have anything like that now.
Fucking amazing. It's on the cheese aisles.
Oh.
It's in the red wax and shit. Straight off the fucking block.
I know everybody's upset because we're not carrying the hot pepper anymore. I guess they had a hot pepper cheese that everybody loved, and we're not carrying it anymore. And then there's a ham that we can't get in.
Damn.
Saline or something like that ham that we can't get in anymore. Shipping issues is what it is. Can't get it in.
Yeah, the trucking industry is fucked up right now. There's a lot of truckers just pulling their fucking trucks over and getting out.
Yeah. Well, there's stuff sitting out in the bays out west. There's freighters out there that can't dock or won't dock.
That's not the problem no more.
I know, but they're still out there.
Yeah. Oh, we seen them when we was out in San Fran.
Yeah.
Cause we was in South San Fran. San Bruno. That's where our hotel was. So we'd have to go up the bay to get actually into San Fran. And it was fucking ridiculous looking out on the bay, and we seeing like, I got some pictures of it too, but there's like 7 or 8 fucking container ships just waiting to fucking hit port. But they've worked through the majority of that shit. Like they're getting shit in and getting shit out.
And now the truckers aren't running.
And now the truckers are like, man, fuck you guys. Y'all not paying us enough. Gas is too fucking expensive.
Yep. And see, that's what gets me. Diesel is what, like $1.10 more expensive than regular fuel. They could switch that around. You know they could switch that around. No, the American people would allow you to switch that around. Take that hit. You know what I'm saying? Increase your gas prices so you can get your fucking shit shipped here.
My thing is, we're getting fucked because the shit that we're putting in our cars is not gas that our cars are used to.
Right.
There's a lot of cars having fucking problems and shit, and it's like, dude, these cars are too new to be having gas problems. Yeah, it's because you ever notice you go to get gas, you don't smell gas when you're pumping. I can't smell the gas no more. It used to be you go up there and you put gas in your car, you can smell that shit strong. Now you can't smell that shit. And you know what was funny? I was getting gas the other day, putting it for the Yukon. I was getting it from Sunoco up here on the corner. And you can smell the fucking ethanol in the gas.
Right.
They're watering fucking gas down with ethanol. Which, a lot of these cars, the way they watering that shit down, they're not going to be worth a fuck this winter. Motherfuckers are like, you got to put the high grade gas in there. Yeah, but don't nobody want to spend fucking $5 a gallon for some 92 gasoline. It's damn near $6 a gallon, I believe. That's the one thing I hated about my Cadillac. I couldn't put regular unleaded in that motherfucker. Or my Buick. Which, that was a mistake. I should have never gave that fucking car up. That was a bad, fast motherfucker. I was taking down Mustangs with this fucking car. And then I blew the fucking radiator up in it, fucking hot rodding and shit.
Wow.
But, yeah. I had to put fucking 92 in that fucking Buick. So I had to
I've always used just cheap ass gas. I've never...
But my Cadillacs and shit, that North Star engine was fucking junk, and you could not put regular unleaded in them motherfuckers or they'd run fucked up. I found that out the hard way. And then that high octane ass Buick with I had the push button supercharger on it, turbo kit. Motherfucker blew my whole radiator out from the bottom.
Mm.
Fucking looked up under that bitch and all the fucking fittings were exposed and shit. Like someone took fucking shotgun to the bottom of my radiator and drove it home smoking. Ball of fucking smoke flying down 34th Street. People probably thought I was crazy sitting on their porches and shit. And we was like deep as fuck in that car that day. It was probably like 5 or 6 of us in this fucking car just piled in it. But I ended up selling that fucking car for $800.
Wow. Well, I actually, my Celica, little 5-speed, had the 22R motor in it. Oh, that sucker would fly. I mean, the R stood for racing. It, like I said, I outran an IROC and a V6 Fiero and an IROC Z in 2-mile run. Mm. Yeah, I let it go for nothing. I think I just gave it away.
See, I'd like to find me a Skyline. Nissan Skyline. It could be completely fucking gutted. I want to build it from the fucking bottom up. I want to LS swap that motherfucker. Drop a big ass Chevy big block in that bitch. Shock the shit out of people. Just kill the whole fucking import aspect by ripping the fucking motor out of it. That'd be fucking badass. I wish Chrysler would have did the merger with them, cause I could have got me a fucking green slip on a R34. That'd have been nice.
I miss the old Mazda RX-7s and shit.
The new ones ain't bad.
Yeah. Datsun had one that was kind of sporty. I don't remember what it was.
Datsun had a badass fucking 2-door truck that was a fucking monster. That thing could get up and fucking go. That and their station wagon. The station wagon was a bad motherfucker too.
I've only ever owned one station wagon, and it was a 1970 Volkswagen station wagon.
My dad had 2 of the 1993 Celebrity station wagons.
Celebrity.
The fucking Chevy Celebrity. He had a red one and he had a gray one. And he bought the gray one for my sister and she didn't fucking like it. I thought they were pretty dope ass station wagons.
You remember the old Nomads?
Yeah.
Those were bad as fuck. In fact, that's a bit of a trivia. There's a good trivia question for you. What did Tim the Toolman Taylor's wife drive? Nomad.
Yeah. Bad motherfucker.
That's what she had in that TV series, was a Nomad. That'd be a good trivia question. If you know, TV trivia, TV comedy trivia, whatever.
Yeah.
You have to specify the genre, category, whatever. But hell yeah.
So that's like the Dukes of Hazzard. You know why they only used the Dodge vehicles? Because they were cheap.
Yeah. They still are.
Still are.
That's why everybody's got them around here.
What they were driving then today ain't really cheap. Like all the way put together and shit.
Well, no offense, but everybody that's got one of those damn things is an asshole.
It's like
I just do that, man.
I just seen a Plymouth Daytona go through Barrett Jackson, and they got like close to $400,000 for that motherfucker. Like, you can't find them cars no cheaper than $100,000, and that's with the original front clip, because those clips went bad after a fucking while, and it's hard to find them and shit. That and the spoiler. Oh yeah, that's why I like going to fucking Ducktail. See all the fucking Roadrunners.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. They got quite a few of them out there, actually. Old Roadrunners, a couple of GTOs.
Mm-hmm. They
used to have, they called Mustang Corral.
Yeah.
Where they parked nothing in there.
See,
but
man, it was
Mustangs.
a dealer from Elkhart that had a badass gray GTO. Nice as fuck. Wanted $10,000 for it. Bad as fuck. And I was like, is it all original? He's like, everything except for the rims and tires.
I'm waiting. You don't see Pintos.
No.
but you could do up a flippin' Pinto. I saw one that somebody did up for drag racing. I mean, that's bad as hell. You could make a Pinto bad as hell and enter it into a car show. You'd be surprised by how well it actually does.
Did you see DeLorean is coming out with the electric vehicle?
Are they?
Yeah.
I saw a Ferrari today in Marion,
Yep.
but it was black and it wasn't sporty.
Was it a newer one?
Yep.
You sure it wasn't a Corvette? Because the mid-engine Corvette looked a lot like the Ferraris
It
too.
looked more like it was boxy.
That might have been the Corvette then.
No, it was not a Corvette. It was not a sports car, period. It was boxy. It was not a crossover. It was not a van. It was not an SUV. It was like, do you remember?
Might have been the new Porsche.
Maybe that's what it was. It was a Porsche,
the
not a
new
Ferrari.
Cayenne
It was a Porsche.
S.
It was a Porsche.
Yeah.
It was a Porsche,
Because
not a Ferrari.
my buddy, 4 or 5 houses down, he's got a white one.
It looked like a square with a nose on it.
Yeah,
You know.
that's that Porsche Cayenne S.
Looked like just a box with a nose on
But
it.
that's a bad motherfucker though.
Yeah.
That's a bad
I was like,
motherfucker. Fucking, I think they start off at like $80,000.
Yeah, I mean, you buy that just so you can say I have one.
Right.
You know, it's like those Mini Coopers, just to say you have one. You know, just say I have a BMW.
There's a dude riding around here in a Lamborghini and a Bentley and a Rolls Royce. Same fucking dude. And it's like, what do you fucking do? You've got to do something big around here to drive that shit around this pothole-stricken city. You know you Terrence, don't go down Boots. And don't go up Gallatin. You gonna tear your shit up. Fuck that shit all up. Stay away from 38th Street past motherfucking Adams, because you tearing that shit up. Oh, man. Like, you gotta be a brave soul to drive one of them low-to-the-earth fucking vehicles.
Stay off of the west side of town, west of the bypass. Do not go west of the bypass down any of those side streets.
Yep. Hell, Bucktown. You can't even go through
That's what I'm talking
Bucktown.
about. That's
Shit.
west of the bypass.
Like, holy shit. Pothole Central. Damn sure don't go through fucking Walmart. That dude put that fucking planter in the fucking... They fixed it now. That chokehole's gone. But dude, they put a fucking planter in the middle of it and shit. So they went out there and put a cone in it. I think he went back and decorated the fucking cone.
Hey man, be a smart ass. Get shit done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The what was it? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Yeah.
See, they was on pothole duty early this year too. As soon as we got that first break in, like the first nice day, they were out fucking sealing fucking holes and shit. I understand you can't fucking redo every fucking street, but you need to survey which are your busiest traveled streets and survey those to get fixed.
You have to find that combination of balance between the busiest streets and the most severe potholes.
Right.
Because some of those side streets have some
And see, that's
pretty
like,
severe potholes.
and that's like 18 going up the hill. They just redid all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised ain't nobody hit Eddie Blenn's house from the corner yet.
Give it time.
Going
give it
around
time.
that curve. Somebody had before, but they ain't been hit again, I don't think.
I know somebody who hit it.
Holy shit.
But she was drinking when she hit it.
There's fucking 4 houses I know of that get hit because of the way traffic flows into them. So you got the house down here on 26 in Nebraska that everybody runs into.
Did I
I
tell
think
you
you
about
said
that?
you were in there wasn't you, when it got hit.
We moved out the day before
Shit.
it got hit, and I was sleeping right where in that, because it's got the covered porch,
Right.
and then on the other side of that porch is where the couch was that I was sleeping on.
Fuck that. Yeah, that house, the one on 14th in Nebraska, where that curve is, that house always gets fucking hit. Yep. And then there's a house out on River Road going along the fucking river.
Yep.
That it curves out. They put wood poles out there now because people kept hitting that fucking house.
GBS, you remember when that car went into GBS?
Yeah.
It went into my office.
Shit.
I was just off that day.
We were out there one winter tearing their fucking parking lot up. Just out there in fucking my big ass Fleetwood with the fucking 6.0 in it. And then my buddy had his Caprice with the 350 in it. So we're out there just burning donuts, and he ends up getting stuck, and we had to leave his fucking car there.
GBS?
Yeah. Oh, it was so fucked. We got a lot of snow that day, too. Because, like, literally him and his old lady came to hang out. This was, like, right when Sienna was born. And, because we had that was, like, the last bad winter we had that I really remember was the year she was born. And they ended up coming over earlier that day. We start drinking, partying, I'm cooking out and shit. And next thing I know, we get hit with snow. So I'm like, yep, I'm glad I got done cooking what I did. So we bullshit in the house for a couple hours. When they go to leave, there's snow everywhere. He goes to leave, gets stuck. So I get in the Cadillac and I push him across 18 because I'm like, you probably going to want to go down Nebraska Street. And when I push him across 18, he gets in the parking lot and starts hitting donuts. So I'm like, fuck it. I want to join in the fun. Got to hitting donuts, and then I see him get stuck, and he's like fucking trying to get that motherfucker to drive, reverse drive, just fucking stuck. And I was like, yo, you just going to have to sit out here, bro. Leave this motherfucker here. I'll take y'all home.
But he owns GBS. Of course, my ex worked for him. Back working for him again. But when he had the place downtown, I don't care how much snow we got. He had a truck with a plow on it, and of course where we lived there on 29th Street, the plow didn't come down there. Mm-hmm. The roads got plowed by the people that lived in the neighborhood.
Right.
And sometimes it took them a little while, and of course they ain't hitting in front of our house most of the time. So he'd come and plow us out so she could get to work. See, you ain't getting off because of weather.
See, that's why I need to get good friends with one of these plow dudes so I can have them hit the alley in the wintertime.
Yeah, well, when we go to the bars, we hung out with this one guy, and he had a truck with a plow on it, and he ended up living right down the block from us. So in the winter, he'd start plowing the road, and he'd plow our road for us, and he'd plow his road for him, because we lived on the corner. So we had two roads that actually needed plowed. Made it so we could get to 30th, and made it so we could get to Home Avenue.
See, I was hoping shit turned out right this year. That way I want to buy a truck with a plow. Like, that's some easy money right there. And
the problem is people tear their trucks up doing that.
Yeah. I would get one specifically for that, though.
Either that or just for you plow for your own personal.
The dude that had
you and family only.
There was a dude that had a badass short bed Silverado, like a 97, 98. Might have been like a 96. Up there at AA Glass by the dam.
Yeah.
He had it sitting out there for sale. Bad motherfucker. Had snow tires on it and shit.
People tear up their frames. Mm-hmm. They tear up their transmissions and their motors doing that. And, it's one thing if you change the motor and reinforce the frame and you make your truck for that, but if you don't, then you just tear your shit up quick. You use it for personal use and personal and family use, basically.
I figure when I do find me a truck, I'm gonna get one that's like the frame is nice to where I can Raptor line that motherfucker. Raptor line the fuck out of it. I ain't ever got to worry about it deteriorating.
Right.
Raptor line my fucking bed.
Yep.
Hell, hopefully I get one with the fucking plastic fucking fender flares. I'll fucking Raptor line those motherfuckers too. Yep. That Raptor lining is bad shit.
Cause I remember I was with somebody and they were out looking for a 4-wheel drive truck, and there's the year was very, very important to him because how bad of winters have we had since this truck was made?
Right.
You know, that's something they always take into consideration. Pulling people out to get stuck. That messes with your
Right.
transmission really bad sometimes. People don't realize the wear and tear that has on a vehicle if you plow or pull people out and stuff like that.
I'll drive to get the right truck.
Right.
Like if I could find one I want, like Florida,
Texas.
Georgia, Southern Tennessee, shit like that, where they don't have to really worry about snow.
Right.
And I got somebody that'll take me to get it if I need them to. But it's the fact of finding it.
Let's go, man.
I told him, shit, I'll ride with you to get the motherfucker.
I can get there in 16 hours.
Shit. But he do the hot shot truck and shit, so it's like right up his alley. And he's got the truck with the ramps, and I'm like, you can pull a truck on your shit now.
Yep.
Pull that motherfucker up there, winch it in, fucking chain it up, good to go.
Yep. I can get from here to Orlando in 16 hours. We can stop off, have a drink or two,
But
hit the beach for a minute.
I figure having
16
him
back.
do it, having him do it is easily paying him damn near $2,000 to do it. And then turn around, I'm gonna spend about fucking another $5 to $10,000 on the fucking truck itself.
Right.
So it's like I'm gonna be invested damn near $10,000 into a truck going that far to get it. That motherfucker better be flawless. You better be able
That's
to.
not counting the cost of the truck, right?
Yeah, you better be able to lift the frame off the body and have dinner on that motherfucker. Fuck that.
Yeah, I can. I probably got a truck I can borrow to take down there, and all we need is a trailer.
Yeah.
We could probably borrow Jeremy's truck, but the gas would kill us.
Yeah. That's why I was going to
He got
hire.
he's got that big motor in that.
Yeah, he's got the 6.0 Vortex.
No, it's bigger.
No, it's the 6, or it's probably the 6.3.
No, it's like, what year is it? 90.
Because it got the Z71 package.
It's I only thought they made diesels that big.
He's got to have
It's
a
like
6.3.
8 liter or something.
Right, which is like a 6.3.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. He's got like the 6.3, which means he's eating gas like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he is eating it.
And that's all wheel too.
Yeah,
So you really eating gas.
yeah.
That's what I like about my shit. I'm 2-wheel. I don't drive my shit in the snow though because it don't handle that fucking great. I got touring tires on my fucking truck.
My car don't eat gas.
I mean, my Yukon ain't really bad on gas. I mean, $20 gets me, 60 gallons, I think.
Well, like I said, I've been putting $40
Or
a
60
week in.
miles to the gallon.
I've been putting $40 a week in, and when I'm done, each week it gets higher and higher. So I'm spending less than $30 a week. I'm using less than $40 a week in gas, but I'm spending it. Like this time, it filled it up. It didn't click off,
Right.
but it overfilled it. You put it past the full line.
I just hope gas come down a little bit by the time I have to start
It's
driving
down.
to Kokomo again.
It was down to 83.
That shit needs to come down to like
483?
350.
Yeah. I know. Today, in fact, when I went to pick the kids up for lunch, it was at 383 down there on North Washington.
Shit.
Or 483, I'm sorry, not 3. 483.
It came down from yesterday. I think I paid $4.90 a gallon at Speedway last night.
Which reminds me.
So I got till about 160 miles before I have to get gas again. I could drive to Indy and back one good time, and I could even venture around downtown a little bit.
What the? My shit got all jacked up. There we go.
Eventually, I want to put a big ass 454 in my truck with new transmission and all. Swap the rear end out again. If I lose my rear end again, I'm just gonna tear that whole truck down. Cause the frame is still fucking immaculate on it. As much winter as that truck seen, you would think the fucking frame would look like Swiss cheese. but actually looks pretty fucking amazing. I think the USFL is on today. Turpin plays for the Generals now. It's like the food stamp football league.
The food stamp football.
Yeah, that's what the USFL is. It's like Aldi's compared to Walmart.
Man, I heard there's some dumbass motherfuckers trying to use their food stamp card at McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be me. So I had a hell of a night last night. Went to a birthday party for one of my guys and got a little lit. Decided I'm hungry. We're going to go to Taco Bell. We pulled to Taco Bell and they like, we ain't got shit. So I'm like, well, fuck. Because they start naming shit off they didn't have. We don't have this. We don't have that. We don't have this. We don't have that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm like, we'll go to McDonald's. It's close to the house. Pull up and my cards are raised. The numbers are raised. So I like the first card I fill with raised numbers, I pull it out because I'm talking to her as I'm handing it to her. And she's like, she swiped the fucking card. That was the worst part about it. She actually swiped the fucking card. And she's like, sir, this says this is not a supported credit card. And I was like, I'm thinking like, wait a minute, I got money on this motherfucker. Hold on. And I was like, let me see that card. And I'm like, oh, I gave you the wrong card. I stuffed that bitch back in my pocket, gave her the other one. She probably was like, this motherfucker crazy. Either he's crazy or he's drunk. And I was a little bit of both.
When I worked out there at Ruler, though, I'd see people try and swipe different types of cards, man. It's like, dude, that card's not going to work for you.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you have Apple Pay? No, we don't have Apple Pay. Flipping Ruler. You actually think, you know? We're a discount store. We don't.
Apple Pay's starting to take over. Apple Pay and Samsung Pay. It's starting there. It's before long, every place will have that option. So like I know Walgreens, you can do the tap to pay. The only thing that sucks with Walgreens is that if you're buying gift cards, they won't let you use Apple Pay. So it's like, what the fuck? That's stupid.
Can't buy gift cards on credit.
Right.
Yeah. When I first started out there at Ruler, they wouldn't let you buy gift cards with a debit card.
Right.
You had to pay cash. It had to be cash. But it's not like that now. But just like the lottery, you used to have to pay. It was only cash. Mm-hmm. And I saw some place yesterday that said, oh, it was a tobacco store, that you had to pay cash for your lottery.
Yep. Your
lottery tickets. They wouldn't accept credit or debit for a lotto. And a lot of that's because scams, man. Scammers.
Yep, that and they lose out on money too.
Yep.
Because I think the cash to scratch off denomination is like one way, and then for you to like pay with your credit card and shit, right, it divvies it up another. And then they got to keep all them receipts and shit. And the lotto is a fucked up business to get into when you own like a little convenience store and shit.
It was funny one time. You remember that Chad kid? Was it Chad? No, somebody else. Anyway, worked out there at Ruler. And we had this store manager that was there when I started. One of the cashiers answered the phone, and it was a scammer. Trying to get him to sell them stuff on over the phone, right? The store manager happened to be up at the front. And he's like, what are you doing? Give me that phone. Right? And he's like, hello? And he was like, yes, my name is blah, blah, said the store manager's name. He's like, oh, really? Because I happen to be him.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are brave, man.
Yeah.
The amount of calls I get at work because of like scammers and shit.
Believe the stuff they come up
Like one lady called and was like, I got a call from someone saying that they were Apple support and they were trying to get me to buy gift cards. And I'm like, ma'am, Apple support does not call you unless you ask for a callback.
Right.
Like, you have to initiate the callback.
It's like the IRS. They will not call you.
No. Fuck
they
no.
mail you.
They're going to either mail you something or, hell, they're going to mail you something. That's what they do.
Yeah, they mail you. Or show up at your house.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking feds show
With a
up.
tow truck and everything.
Uncle Sam's goons. Like, what the fuck?
Tow truck and moving trucks.
They're going to waterboard you over fucking back taxes and shit.
Ask Willie, man.
Fuck. Wesley. Ask Wesley.
Willie and Wesley and...
Hell, I felt bad for Wesley. He had to do his time in Terre Haute.
What's his name? Gone in 60 Seconds.
Nick Cage?
Yeah, Cage. He got hit too. That's why he was put out all those movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude put out like 20 movies in 2 years because he got hit by the IRS.
He had to pay that money back.
Yep.
Woo.
Yep. So that's why he was doing these crappy ass movies. Some of them were really crappy. But he was getting paid and he didn't care.
What was the one we watched on Netflix, babe? Where he was like a zookeeper or a Nicolas Cage.
I think I saw it.
I don't remember what it was called, but he was like a poacher, and he had like captive animals and shit.
And he was on a ship. Yeah.
He's paying the motherfuckers to get the animals out.
Yeah.
And was it Primal?
Something like that.
I think it was Primal.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. I think it was called Primal or some shit.
Yeah, they were on the ship, and he let loose, what was it, Black Panther or something?
Yeah. Oh, my God. That movie was fucking nuts.
Yep.
The acting was shit.
Yep.
But the storyline was like, what the fuck? This dude is fucking tripping.
Yeah, that's why he put out all those movies, was because he got popped by the IRS. Which I think is kind of wrong, because most of those people have accountants to take care of that shit for them.
But their accountants are taken too.
Yeah.
They're on the take.
You know, I mean, it shouldn't be his responsibility if he's got an accountant that's supposed to make sure this shit don't happen.
And then you got a lot of
these.
You know,
it should all fall on the accountant, in my opinion.
Right.
You know, Helio Castroneves, for example, he got popped with that stuff too. But yeah, he had an accountant to take care of that.
Yep.
You know?
Then you got fucking these famous fucks that get in trouble for it, and they're like, well, I didn't know shit about no taxes.
Right.
Buying all this shit up, and Uncle Sam's like, motherfucker, where's my cut?
They get away with it, though.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That because it's just like you go to like H&R Block or something, you sign paperwork, and what it is that they're not liable if you withhold information or give them false information.
Right.
So they're just like, oh, they didn't tell me that.
Yep.
Yeah, or he told me something different, and that's how they get out of their shit, and it's your word against theirs. You know?
Yeah, that shit's nuts. How that shit runs. And then, like, you can buy certain shit, and it'll equal out to not having to pay fucking taxes.
Right.
It's like, it was a... Who was it that was talking about it? I think it was either Mark Cuban. No, it was a sit down, and like Mark Cuban was a part of it. But the Wolf on Wall Street, it was Jordan Kalfas or something, Jordan something. But Leo DiCaprio played him,
right?
And he was one of them motherfuckers. He's like, man, look, if you buy this, this, and this, it's going to equal out to this. No taxes.
Right.
Like, oh, this motherfucker's in here.
Yep.
Smart motherfucker.
It's just like that's why Trump didn't want to release his tax information, because he paid like next to nothing in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
But he found loopholes. And, you know, his accountants found loopholes, and they exploited them. I think that's why he didn't want to release his shit.
I think
it was all legal. It was all on the up and up.
I think he did have some shit in there that would have raised eyebrows.
Maybe.
It wouldn't
but
have been
I think it
nothing,
was all legal.
Right. It wouldn't have been nothing he would have gotten in big trouble for.
Right.
It would have been like, just pay us this and we'll call it a day.
Right.
But
I know
think he had some shit that he was trying to hide.
I know some of it has to do with Mar-a-Lago and some of the employees he had, and so on and so forth. But I thought that was just kidding.
That, and then And then you're exposing all of his bankruptcy information.
Right.
So there's another thing he would probably want to hide too. But we all know about
Everybody
your
knows
bankruptcy.
he's filed bankruptcy like 7 times or
Yeah.
something.
You filed enough bankruptcy for a 13-member Mexican family.
Right, but I mean, you know, that's what happens. You know, I mean, you make business decisions and you know it's a risk, and you know you fail, and you know it happens. I mean, for every failure, there's a success.
He's got to be like, he's not his dad.
No, he's not.
His dad was a motherfucker.
Yep.
He knew what the fuck he was doing, and he tried to do shit the way his dad did, and it just didn't work out for him.
I mean, he has been very successful at what he's done, for the most part.
Right.
I mean, you don't become as rich as he is and be a failure. But I mean, yeah, he has failed. Who hasn't? You gonna tell me Elon Musk didn't fail at some point?
Yeah.
You know, things happen. You know, you go with your gut on a decision, and it doesn't always work. But he is a very good business mind.
And then that fucking 747 he's letting go to waste.
Who?
Trump.
Oh.
His 747 big motherfucker says Trump on the side of it. That was a bad motherfucker. That's what he was doing his presidential tour on when he first ran.
Right.
That big bad motherfucker. And when he became president, parked that motherfucker, covered it, and it's falling apart now. It's like, holy shit.
Going in disrepair.
Yeah. They was showing Epstein's fucking private jet and the Lolita Express.
Did you see the 2 guys that went to Epstein Island?
Yeah.
They just drove up, you know, on their motorboats to Epstein Island and started walking around and got chased off.
Fucking crazy.
That was funny as hell.
Man, that dude had...
That was one of them.
That dude... Epstein had so much fucking money. It was ridiculous. It's like they say, no one man should have all that power, and especially that fucking money.
Right. And that what's her name, Maxwell?
Yeah.
She's gonna get Epstein.
What fucks me up about this is the same court that gave her 20 years is the same court that gave R. Kelly 30, and she did way more horrible shit than R. Kelly. Not that I agree with shit that he's did, but...
She was just the talent scout.
She did shit too, though. It was some shit that came out in the sentencing. Some of those girls that talked said that she was directly responsible for some of the shit that was going on.
Well, yeah, she set everything up.
But, like, as far as being involved, too. Like, sexually involved with these girls and shit. Like, they're making them have fucking threesomes with old Jeffrey and shit. It was fucking crazy, some of the shit some of them girls are saying.
I mean, she's talked.
Yeah,
She's given names.
No, I don't think she gave names.
Oh, she's given names.
I think if she would have gave names, she wouldn't have got a 20 piece. Because where she's at, 20 is 20. Ain't no.
She's not gonna do it.
She gonna fucking die.
She's gonna get Epstein and disappear. You think he's dead?
I think he is.
I'm not so sure he's dead.
I think he's dead.
I'm not so sure he's dead.
I think the powers that be wanted him dead because he knew way too much.
Okay, if she dies, I can believe that he's dead.
But if she ain't,
she won't really die.
If she ain't giving them names up, she ain't gonna die.
Well, right after she got arrested, about a month or 2 after she got arrested, there were all kinds of sex rings getting busted.
Yeah, but
tell me she wasn't talking.
It's rich and powerful people. These are like pimps and shit that are getting power.
She started with the small shit,
but
now she's been sentenced. She's not gonna do it. She's gonna die in jail, but they're gonna ship her off somewhere. She's gonna give names, and there'll be some big people fucking fall.
I don't think she will. I think she'll sit. If she does get out, if them same people are still breathing that she holds them names to, they're gonna take care of her.
Well, see, that's just it. She'll go into protective custody. Won't take care of her. Either that, or she'll go to fucking Israel. And
I don't think she gave
go into the protection of.
But she'll get deported when she gets out anyway.
Well, she'll go
back to England.
Yeah, she'll go to fucking Israel, and go into the protection of people her dad was with.
Yeah.
what are they? That special group, that elite group that they had over there in Israel. The Israeli. They're like the baddest motherfuckers on the planet.
They're like it's their special forces.
Yeah.
They're kind of like our Green Berets.
Only better.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Like our Navy SEALs, only better.
More
dangerous.
I don't think she gave up her black book.
I don't think so yet. I don't think she has either.
I think because she was going to. The deal was, give me 15 years, and I'll give you the book. And they're like, we can't guarantee that.
Yeah. So she didn't.
So she's like, well, I can't give y'all shit then.
Right. I think what she did was she started giving up some fucking bait, little shit, and some rings got popped, and they're like, okay, and now we're on to the next phase. She's gonna start giving up. She'll die.
Well, now we're gonna go after Prince Andrew now.
Names.
Prince Andrew's in the crosshair now.
No shit.
They want him to come here and fucking.
I bet he ain't sweating it.
Because he don't have to come. But his thing is, he don't have to come here.
No.
The British if we want to extradite, we will. But if we don't want, that's like the WikiLeaks guy,
right?
Julian Assange.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. wanted him back because he left from here and hid there. And the British are like, nah, we're putting him on fucking trial. You can't have him.
There's another guy, music guy. I think was it music or a director? Woody is a director.
Woody Allen?
Woody Allen.
Yeah, he's another one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, he can't come back to the U.S.
He's still here.
No, he's not here.
You talking about the one that married his adoptive daughter?
Was it him? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not here.
Yeah.
He's not living in the U.S.
He just was doing an interview with
That doesn't mean it was here.
No, it was here. It was here. Because it was with Alec Baldwin.
Because if they find out he's here, they're arresting him.
But he don't have no charges here. Woody Allen.
He will have. Was it Woody?
It might not be Woody Allen.
Or was it Ronnie? Stars. Music industry. Remember the girl who sang on Eddie Money? Take Me Home Tonight?
Yeah.
Got names similar to hers. Ron, something like that. It started with an S, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He was a big-time music producer, I think. Can't remember his name. It's him. It's not allowed here. But yeah, there's a couple of them. They come back. They go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. But yeah.
Is it Roman Polanski?
That's it, Polanski.
Yeah, Polanski.
That's who I'm thinking of.
The one he was married to. He was married to Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
He was the one that discovered them. The Charles Manson murdered everybody and shit.
Yeah. He's not allowed. If he comes back, he's allowed back. He just won't be allowed to leave.
Yeah, he's in France.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny because Sharon Tate, she wasn't supposed to die.
Right.
Charles Manson went there looking for one of the Beach Boys because he stole his song and fucking got big for it.
Mm-hmm.
Had Charles Manson thinking he was a good singer and shit, even though he wasn't. He was just scared of him. But that motherfucker went. I think it was Brian from the Beach Boys. He went back to that house looking for Brian because that's where he met him at the party, and figured the dude who lived there may know where he is. And runs into Sharon Tate and her friends and shit.
It's just like that. There's a Kennedy that was involved in a murder, or they ruled it an accidental death. With the boat, she fell overboard.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who else was on that boat?
Probably the Clintons.
No. Christopher Walken.
Oh shit. Yeah, and he never spoke anything about it.
He's never said a word about it.
No, I seen something about that shit the other
Hey,
day.
I don't know anything. I don't know nothing. I mean, you can see I'm not a very good Christopher Walken impersonation.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, Christopher Walken was on that boat. He was the third person.
Robert Blakely.
Or Blake.
Yeah, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
He killed Bonnie Lee Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the quickest I seen somebody go that old. From the time they arrested him up to the year after when he went to trial, he went from black haired fucking to gray as shit.
Oh, that's because he ain't getting his shit dyed anymore and no more plastic surgery and shit.
He was in there getting
no
fucking
Botox.
old. And I think they ended up finding him not guilty.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think so.
They found him not guilty.
Robert Blake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they found him not guilty.
Yeah, they found him not
guilty.
guilty.
There was too much that they couldn't pin down on him. There was too much speculation involved, I think.
And then Phil Spector, crazy fuck.
Yeah, Phil Spector.
I think he just recently died, I believe. Fucking shot that lady in the head.
And you know, Canada will not extradite on a corporal punishment.
Oh, nope.
If you're getting the death penalty, they will not extradite.
Nope.
So you could actually murder somebody and take off to Canada and be cool.
Yep.
But it's hard to get your citizenship there.
Yeah,
you can only stay for so long.
You gotta,
and murder doesn't have a law of the time.
Oh, statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah,
right.
Fucking Canada. To become a citizen there, you have to know somebody there. You have to live there no less than 6 months. It's like fucking crazy.
Actually, not all that crazy.
You have to hold employment.
Right.
All this shit.
It's actually not all that crazy.
Our immigration work-in is crazy compared to Canada.
If I just watched a video, it was the top 10 places for an American to immigrate to, and what it took to become a citizen in these countries. Canada was actually number 1 on the list because it was so close. 2, because of how easy it was to actually get your citizenship there.
Yeah.
I think you do have to have a sponsor.
Yeah.
You have to know somebody, whatever.
I looked into it because I was considering transferring to the Canadian Chrysler plant.
Right.
Because they get way fucking benefits. They're on, I mean, it's the universal health shit, so that's the only thing that fucking sucks.
Yep.
Because dude was telling, I played Call of Duty with a good friend of mine, 88, and I'm like, bro, what is y'all like healthcare system like? And he's like, not like y'all's. Y'all can see a doctor whenever y'all fucking need to. If we need to make a doctor's appointment, it may be like 4 or 5 months before we see a doctor. Like, holy shit.
Seeing this video, which I laughed at because in this video they mentioned the health care was paid for, or pretty much paid for. And I was like, yeah, but it takes for fucking ever to see a doctor. You die waiting to see a doctor. So they were touting their health care.
Waiting for a doctor there is like waiting for a VA doctor here.
They have people coming from Canada to the U.S. to get procedures done because it takes so long.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you heard, but she made a transplant list. Gracie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yes, she's she's now on the waiting list for a spleen transplant.
Okay.
I think it's not spleen. It's the diabetes thing.
Pancreas.
Pancreas. Oh, my pancreas. Yeah, pancreas. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, she made the list, which, it can take a while being on that list.
yeah.
But they do take age into consideration.
So
I mean,
I think
she'll get it before a 90-year-old would, for
right.
example.
I think my cousin Andrew's been on the heart transplant list for like 3 years.
Yeah. Now,
He's got to wear like
different
a pump and
organs,
shit.
different
Yeah.
waiting lists.
It's hard to get a heart.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sucks because the average lifespan of a person after a heart transplant is 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, that fucking sucks. So you're only buying yourself
Right.
10 to 15 years.
Right.
Maybe longer, if you do shit right. But For the simple fact it's not your heart, I wouldn't expect it to last.
I'm the type of person that if I needed a transplant, I'm not so sure I would do it. I'm old enough now. I mean, I'm not old, but I'm old enough now to like, okay, 15 years. That's going to put me in my mid to late 60s. I mean, why? What's it going to do to this other person? You know, say for example, a kidney transplant.
Right.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. I would want to know more about it before I did it. You know, somebody else could use that probably more than I could. A heart, for example. You know, I do still have 2 younger children to think about. But
Yeah. That's like that movie, Will Smith movie, 7 Pounds.
oh, that's that one in the hospital. Yeah.
Where he's giving people that he meets his organs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like he gave, there was a couple people while he was living, he gave them kidneys and like, I think he gave a chick his lung, or it was like fucking crazy. But at the end, he wrote all of them letters and shit. And the last 2 body parts he gave away was his heart and his eyes. And Woody Harrelson got his eyes, and then I can't remember who the chick was, but she got his heart. And it was like a pretty fucking sad movie. The way he killed himself for them to find him to get his organs, he fucking laid in a bathtub full of jellyfish and ice, and he got stung to death because he knew it wouldn't fuck with his organs. It's better than fucking drowning and shit. I'm like,
Right.
oh,
I mean, you
fuck.
drown. That means there's water in your lungs, and you can't give away your lungs. Yeah.
But that shit was fucking crazy. Killed himself and that's fucking nuts.
See, I thought you were talking about the one that had to do with his kid, and he like overtook the hospital.
Oh, that's John Q. That's
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
Is that Denzel? That Denzel.
That's another good
Okay.
one. He was going to shoot himself so he could give his kid his heart.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we got a heart. But yeah, that was a fucking wicked movie too. Fucking very emotional movie.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite Denzel movies. It's definitely on the top 5 Denzel movies.
They've been playing that one where he's a bodyguard for this little girl.
Oh, Man on Fire.
Yeah,
Man
that's
on
a good
Fire.
one. That's a good one. He does make a good bad guy. Training Day and all.
Yeah, Training Day. There was another good one. Was it Out of Time? Him and Eva Mendes. I think it was Eva Mendes. But she plays his ex-wife, and he's in love with one of the guys from his department's wife, and she cons him to like, it's fucked up. It's a very fucked up movie to follow, but it's pretty
Jerry
fucking
Springer
good.
in it.
But, Dean Cain plays the bad guy.
Dean Cain, he makes a good bad guy too.
Yeah, he's like the wife beating cop
Yeah.
in the fucking movie.
Book of Eli was a good one too.
Oh yeah, Flight was another good one. Him and John Goodman.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
John Goodman's his fucking dealer, but his best friend at the same. He's a drunk pilot, and he's flying a plane, and out of nowhere, the plane malfunctioned, and they go into a steep dive, and he's able to level the plane off, but they're upside down, and he's flying the plane upside down, and when they do the emergency landing, he's going right over this fucking church as he's turning to fucking go down. Takes the steeple off the fucking church. And they 3 people die out of the whole crew, and one of the people being the flight attendant he was fucking, and then one of the old ladies ended up dying. And like the whole deal of the movie is he was drunk.
Right.
There shouldn't even have been alcohol on the flight. They took all the alcohol off the flight. But he snuck some fucking Smirnoffs on there and dumped it in his orange juice.
He met a junkie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He met a junkie. Yep. I think I have seen that.
Yep. Good ass fucking.
Fell in love with the junkie.
Yeah. Moved her in his house and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a crazy fucking movie.
Yep.
Crazy
I like that
good.
movie. It was a good movie. I like that. I like the perspective it put on things.
Yeah.
With the junkie, with him falling in love with the junkie. I like that in the perspective and everything that it put it in.
Right.
Because he basically got her clean. If I'm not mistaken, he got her clean in the end.
Yep. He ended up telling on himself.
Yep.
He told the truth. I am drunk right now. It's like, oh shit. Plot twist.
Well, I mean, in order to recover, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to admit, this is, boom, I have a problem. And you know what? I'm fucked up right now.
But I think the best part of that movie is John Goodman's character, though. He is fucking nuts. Big guy. He reminds me of how he was on The Big Lebowski. But he's just got a ponytail and the sunglasses.
Do you remember John Goodman in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's another good fucking movie.
I mean, what gets me is the scene there with John Goodman where they're having their little picnic. George Clooney just sits there, watches him beat the crap out of his buddy, and come over to him with this fucking big ass stick. Pah! Yeah, you're just gonna sit there and let that happen?
They wasn't fucking that bright. It wasn't that bright at all,
man.
I know a movie they need to redo. What is it? Clint Eastwood. That one about Alcatraz. I can't remember what it was called, but Clint Eastwood portrayed one of the three guys that escaped from Alcatraz. They need to redo that movie. If they need to redo anything.
Actually, I don't know how well it would work nowadays, but the Escape from New York, Escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Snake Plissken, but who would play Snake Plissken? Who was it? It was
what was that movie called?
The guy that was married to that was Kurt Russell played Snake Plissken. Good movies. I'd like to see those get remade.
Yeah, Escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah, it was Escape from New York and Escape from Alcatraz.
Clint Eastwood played Frank Morris.
No, it was Escape from New York. Was the one with Kurt Russell who played Snake Plissken. He went in and
I forgot.
Somebody out.
Fred Ward played John Anglin, one of the Anglin brothers. Because it was John and Clarence Anglin and Frank Morris. But they reopened that fucking case. They're saying they have reason to believe that they're still out there. Like they thought they probably drowned in the fucking bay, but
so you remember Escape from New York, right? With Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Who would you cast as Snake Plissken?
That's a hard one.
I agree, it would be a hard one. The only person I could think of right now would be maybe John Cena, because he's got the action behind him. I think he's too buff. Snake Plissken wasn't that big.
Way too buff.
Yeah.
I could see somebody like I can see Jared Leto.
Yeah?
I can see Jared Leto doing it with his long hair and beard and shit, eye patch. He'd have to be a little bigger. I could see him doing it too. I can see him doing it.
He's old enough now, because Plissken was a little older,
Who would play the Duke?
The Duke.
That was played by Isaac Hayes in Escape from New York.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah, you could.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking more of my dude from Blood Diamonds, Dishman Handusu.
Yeah.
He'd be.
I think Ving Rhames make a better bad guy though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's not even really acting no more. I don't think he wants to.
Who?
Ving Rhames.
Nah, he's doing the Arby's commercial.
Yeah. We got the meats.
We have the meats.
Like holy shit, dude. I know it's a lot of these big name actors doing these fucking commercial gigs now.
Okay, here we go. This would be a nice little twist for. How about The Rock playing the bad guy?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him really play a bad guy, but I think
Driven.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, driver.
Driver?
Was it driver or was it driven? I don't know. He drove around in a badass Chevelle, SS Chevelle, with the white rally stripes on it, carrying that big ass 500 Magnum. Him and who was the fucking other guy that played in the movie with him? Oh, it was Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob. He could play a good bad guy.
Billy Bob was actually the bad guy.
Yeah, Billy Bob makes a good black. Yeah, I could see him play a bad guy.
But yeah, that was a good fucking movie with him and The Rock. Cause they kill each other at the end, I think, or some shit. But he's going after. He was a bank robber or some shit. The job went bad and everybody went down, and everybody he knew like was getting killed one by one. So they wouldn't lead back to Billy Bob, and The Rock was like taking them out one by one by one. Fucking ridiculous.
Now, was it? It was. Yeah. The Die Hard. No, it was Lethal Weapon. The Lethal Weapons had the first one, the bad guy, was Snake.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Right? And was it the second or third one?
Oh, that's Die Hard. Alan Rickman was Die
right.
Hard, yeah.
And then there was the second or third one, Jeremy Irons
It was
played his brother.
the third one.
Right, Jeremy Irons came in and played that dude's brother,
'cause
right?
Yeah, the second one was the airport.
You know, it's funny. Jeremy Irons played Scar.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan Rickman was his brother, which would be Simba, right? And falls off the building.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Rickman falls off the building because remember he's holding him up, or he grabs onto him to actually his wife at the end of that when he falls off the building. He dies like Simba, or like, not Simba. Mufasa. He dies like Mufasa dies in the Jeremy Irons movie. I don't know if that was intentional on Disney's behalf or what, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
It was kind of cool.
Not in the same fashion as Die Hard.
Right? It was kind of cool. Only it was Jeremy Irons that actually killed Mufasa, and not Bruce Willis. But it was cool as hell. I was watching it the other day and I was like, hey.
James Earl Jones played Mufasa, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, he played Mufasa.
Yeah, he voiced Mufasa.
He fucking voiced a lot of shit. It was dope to see him back for Obi-Wan though.
I tell you what, Ving Rhames, he's got a good voice for that stuff too.
Yeah.
If they ever wanted to redo it, Ving Rhames could do Darth Vader.
You see, spoiler, you actually get to hear Hayden Christensen's voice in the series ender of Obi-Wan.
Really?
Yes.
And it's
And you
computer type. It's flashing out of Vader and Anakin.
You see Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, you see Qui-Gon Jinn. He's like, huh, what are you waiting for?
Qui-Gon, that's played by
Liam Neeson.
yeah.
Liam Neeson was talking about how he was glad to be back for it and shit too.
Well, what gets me about Liam Neeson is he puts all these movies out, Taken, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's right, shooting, but he's anti-gun.
Right.
How you gonna do? I mean, how does?
I'll tell you one movie with him in it that fucked me up. The Gray.
Yes, I was.
The Gray is
with the wolves.
Fucked.
Yep, with the
it
wolves.
is so fucked because you don't know what happens in the end.
What do you think happened?
You don't see him die though.
He became dog food, man.
Yeah. But you don't see it though.
No, you don't see it.
But there was
he
talk
was...
about it being a sequel to it, but that movie was absolutely fucking nuts. That
was a good movie.
Nuts. Long as fuck too.
Yeah, another one that was kind of fucked up was The Road. Had the guy that played Aragorn, Lord of the Rings. He played in G.I. Jane. Was just in
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen was in The Road. It's a post-apocalyptic movie, okay, but that is a jacked up movie, especially the ending.
Shit, you want to see it? Doomsday. Doomsday is a fucked up post-apocalyptic movie. It's Rona Mitra plays in it. It's fucked, and she's got this eyeball she can pop out, and it's a camera and shit. Oh man, they're eating people and shit.
Well, the reason why I say The Road is because that's kind of jacked up, but this is kind of a more realistic type scenario.
Yeah. Oh, this was realistic type shit.
On The Road. Nobody's got an eye that can pop out.
Yeah.
But this is just a dude and his kid.
Because it was something going on around the time the movie came out. It was some kind of flu, or I think it may have been H1N1 that was going around. Or mad cow disease. It was mad cow disease.
Mad cow.
And they started it off in the present, and then it jumps because she's a little girl when the shit starts. And she loses her eye because they're chopping the fucking crowd down. The crowd is trying to get into the city, and the army's chopping them down. And she gets hit in the eye by ricochet. Her mom takes her and gives her to the military that's flying off, and she grows up within the ranks there, and is this fucking badass Reaper virus hunting motherfucker. Like she jumps on ships to find fucking stowaways and people hiding with the shit, but she ends up being a badass. She goes into, because they seal off England. They lock everybody in. If you're on the outskirts, it's like desolate. So like the whole world is shut down, and everything outside the city has went back to like medieval type shit. Like they're in the castles and shit.
I saw a zombie movie that was similar to that. If you're outside the walls of the big cities, because there's several of them across the world, you're susceptible to whatever turns you into a zombie. So they don't let you into the cities unless you get tested. Go through a thing of tests. There's these two kids that end up come to find out their dad is the one that actually started this pandemic thing, who is in the city. And
you talking about 28 days later?
I think so.
Because you got 28 days later and 28 weeks later.
Right. There's one of those, yeah.
And now they're talking about coming out with a 28 years later. Yeah, 28 months and then 28 years. Yeah. Which, that was some crazy.
I want to watch those again. Those were pretty damn cool.
The guy that plays the main one in was it 28 weeks later? The one with the kids. He plays in another movie with Sam Jackson too. Formula 51 or some shit like that. I don't know. He's like a soccer dude, but they're making drugs. Him and Sam Jackson is, and people are taking the drugs, getting fucked up. But it's really a mind fuck. It's not. It's a placebo.
There's your good bad guy.
Sam Jackson. Oh yeah, damn good bag. He could play the Duke on Escape from New York easily.
Right.
But he fucking add a little twist to it.
Yep. Unbreakable. He was fucking awesome in Unbreakable.
And Glass.
Yeah, well, that was his character in Unbreakable.
Him and Bruce Willis did another one, Glass.
Well,
and then they did one with the other guy that had the split personalities.
Right.
His movie was split.
See, in Unbreakable, that was his character, was Professor Glass or something like that, yeah. But yeah, it was like Superman, and then Jackson was like the total opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, oh shit, I just broke my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they did the one with Split, the one they just came out with, that dude, Sam Jackson, was talking about it and was like, man, that is one talented fucking actor.
Who?
I can't remember his name.
Oh, the guy that was in that 28 Days Later? Or whatever,
no, he was in Split. Him, Sam Jackson, and Bruce Willis all played in a movie that was based on Unbreakable. It was like the sequel to it.
Unbreakable was like the first one, right?
Yeah.
And then Glass would have been the second?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so Glass is the second one. So it's the sequel. And James McVoy. He's the one that plays Professor
Gabber
X.
or something like that. Yeah.
He plays the fucking guy in Split, and he's got 28 different personalities. And they said the way he jumped into those roles was fucking crazy.
John Cusack played in a movie where he had multiple personalities. He was at a motel, killing people at a motel. And he had multiple personalities. Come to find out, he was the killer. John Cusack was.
I think I know what you're talking about. What was that movie? It was like 1301 or some shit like that.
No, that was in a hotel, and that was different. He was that one. He was
1408.
that was where he was in a hotel and it was haunted. That was where he was in a haunted room in a hotel, and he was like, nobody stayed in that room because it was nobody ever made it through the night or something.
Right.
But this was different. He had multiple personalities and was at a motel. You know, like your side of the road motel. And, one level motel. And was killing people. And he had multiple personalities and he was trying to catch himself.
What's the name
And
of that
it was
movie?
cool. Cool as fuck, and he did a hell of a job.
Identity. It was Identity.
Yeah.
He played Ed. And Ed was the one actually killing. He's investigating
Himself.
the shit that he's doing himself.
Kind of like that Something Island where DiCaprio was investigating himself. He was crazy, but he was playing a cop that was investigating. Yeah, Something Island.
Identity was pretty fucking wicked. Yeah, I can't. Shutter Island.
Yeah, with DiCaprio.
That was a crazy fucking movie too.
I like those psychological things, man. They're pretty cool.
See, I was I was watching an interview. They was interviewing Anthony Hopkins, and they were talking about
Silence of the Lambs.
The Hannibal movies. Well, he wasn't the first Hannibal. The first Hannibal was, I can't remember who it was, but the movie did not do that well. And then they came out with Silence of the Lambs, and he took over the Hannibal role. And he was like, if it was up to me, it would have got left at Silence of the Lambs. I'm like, no. Red Dragon, Hannibal, fucking young Hannibal, like, dude. And he actually did write a sequel to the it wasn't, I think it was Hannibal, the self-titled movie. He wrote a sequel to Hannibal 2, and it's where the chick moves to San Francisco and he's following her, and she's thinking she sees him on the street. Well, something happens to where she's asleep one night and he comes in and ties her up, and then the camera pans over to him sitting in the corner with his famous cigar, and he's, hello, Clarice. And it's like, yo, that would have been fucking dope. And he's like, I trashed it. I let people read it. They said I should have did it. I trashed it. Hannibal was something I'll never play again. And it's like, you've got to be fucking kidding
He was
me,
an
dude.
awesome Hannibal.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like Ledger was an awesome Joker.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, oh, he was an awesome Joker. I think he was probably the best Joker. I guess somebody else did it after him that everybody loved. But I think Heath Ledger was fucking awesome Joker.
Brian Cox played the first Hannibal Lecter. And they said the movie was a fucking flop. Which
Obviously, I've never heard of him.
Brian Cox?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever.
He's played in like Super Troopers. He's played in a lot of shit. He normally plays crazy roles. He played in The Bourne Identity. He was one of the guys chasing Jason Bourne in the first Bourne Identity.
I hate that name.
What the fuck? What? Brian Cox. I think, is he dead now? No, he's not dead. He's still alive. Yeah, the Bourne Supremacy and the Bourne Identity. He played in X-Men.
I'd have to see him probably.
He played in The Long Kiss Goodnight with Sam Jackson.
Long Kiss Goodnight?
Yeah. Had Sam and Gina Davis.
Huh?
The movie with Gina Davis, where she plays the assassin, Charlie Baltimore.
Yeah.
He plays the guy that helps her when she figures out who she is.
There's another actor I used to love. Black guy, bald head.
This guy right here.
Okay.
Plays in a lot of shit.
Okay. This guy just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. He put out several movies. One of them was a pilot in. One of them was Enemy Mine, which was a sci-fi flick. And this guy played an alien. And who was it? What's this guy's name? Dennis Quaid was in it, I believe. Film.
I'm ready to see who they gonna have play the next James Bond.
Lou Gossett Jr.
Oh, okay.
I used to love Lou Gossett Jr.
He was in a lot of shit.
Yeah, just kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. He played in a lot of shit.
He did. He did one with.
Oh, Daddy's Little Girls with Idris Elba. He plays in that. He plays the mechanic in that.
Best known for Gunnery Sergeant Emil Foley in the 1982 film An Officer and a Gentleman. I remember that. Won an award for that. Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, he played. That's the last movie I seen him play in was Daddy's Little Girls, which that was a damn good Tyler Perry movie.
He's 6'4". I didn't know he was that tall.
And another actor you don't see that much of, Mario Van Peebles.
6 years old. Who?
Mario Van Peebles.
Yeah.
You don't see him a lot anymore either. He directs a lot of shit. Like the last big movie he directed was the movie Black Klansman. There we go. But yeah, that was a pretty funny movie. It was a movie based on a true story about a black man who actually joined the Klan. They let him join the Klan. Like he was friends with and it's a true story.
Wow.
And he really was giving the information to the FBI. Like he was their mole. He infiltrated
the Klan.
Yeah, and
kind of helped bring him down.
He started off by making him think he was a white man, and when they actually met him, he was a black dude. And they still let him in. He had a membership and everything. I just seen one of the news videos of him showing them his Klan robe and his card and shit, and telling them how he got into it and how he converted so many Klan members back to not being so hateful and shit. But it was a good fucking movie. I'm like, damn, dude, you ran game on them motherfuckers.
There was a movie with C. Thomas Howell where he played a black dude. He painted his face and painted all the skin, and I think he even put on a wig or changed his hair or something. I think it was like Soul Man or something like that. And so he could get a scholarship to go to college to play basketball.
Oh, shit.
Because he was a good basketball player, but they turned him down because he was white. And the college was, at this point in time, was only accepting minority candidates. Or was only considering minority candidates. So he did itself up, kind of like a white chicks thing.
Yeah.
You know, only reverse.
Fucking Robert Downey in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, even more so.
I'm the white man.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
That
was
Jerry
like,
Lewis
yeah,
played Asian dude.
Yeah, that was fucked up. That was fucked up.
Oh, Miss Golightly.
Oh my god.
You don't forget Kino more.
I went over when I was at my dad's the other day. He was watching Tu Wong Fu. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" This
Patrick
fucking
Swayze,
movie.
Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo, all dressing in drag.
Oh my goodness! They got a remake of White Men Can't Jump coming out.
Really?
Yep.
Who the hell's gonna be in that?
I don't know. I can't remember what basketball player it was, but I know it's a rapper playing Woody Harrelson's part, a white rapper named Jack Harlow.
Really? I've heard of him.
He's playing Woody Harrelson's person. Yeah. Jack Harlow will play Billy, and Sinqua Walls will play Sydney.
Who plays Rosie Perez's character?
No idea.
That's kind of important, man, because she got on Jeopardy. In the end, she got on Jeopardy.
It's a lot of fucking people playing in it, though. Which Jack Harlow can actually fucking hoot. He can fucking hoot. He's a bad motherfucker. I was watching him the celebrity basketball game. But yeah, it's a lot of fucking people joining it.
Well, you know,
Lance Reddick from John Wick, the black guy, but the bald black guy at the hotel, he's playing in it too.
Woody Harrelson's character on Cheers, Woody, was from where? Indiana.
Yeah.
Which Shelley Long is actually from Indiana. Of course, George Wynn's from Chicago.
Hell, that's like for years people didn't know that Roseanne was based on Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, I believe it.
They have a replica of the restaurant she worked in down there on campus. But it was based on Bloomington.
I mean, there's been a lot of stuff based. Stranger Things, based actually right here in Grant County, supposedly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like on the other side of Fairmount.
Yeah. And then there was Parks and Rec.
People was trying to say that they were basing it on some fucking city in Kentucky, but it was like, no, it's Indiana. If it was to be, they're like, oh, it's in Indiana, but it's modeled after this city in Kentucky, and it's like, it's not modeled after any.
No, it's not modeled after a particular
city.
city, but geographically it takes place right here.
Right.
You know, and I thought it was closer to Marion than Fairmount.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the other side of Fairmount, like headed towards Madison County.
Is it?
Because the camp counselor was from Madison County or some shit like that on the show or something. I can't remember what it was.
Well, yeah, it even says Indiana on there on the show. I've watched a couple of episodes, and it even has like Indiana stuff on there, like the signs and stuff. It's not filmed in Indiana, but yeah, they it's definitely based, supposedly based in Indiana, a false town in Indiana. And then Parks and Rec, that was based in Indiana.
Yeah, that was supposed to be Indianapolis.
Yeah. Or Bloomington or something.
They were the mayor's Parks and Recreation Department in Indianapolis. And then Mike Epps actually has a TV show on right now on, it's either on Hulu or Netflix, but it's based on Indianapolis. Like, they live in Indianapolis because he's from Indianapolis.
Malcolm in the Middle, or no, The Middle. Not Malcolm in the Middle. The Middle was based in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
They lived in can't remember, but they lived in an actual city, I believe, in Indiana. Because they talked about going to,
Yeah.
Mike was
Hell,
a
they
Colts
got
fan and shit.
They got a movie that's based on Indiana, Marion High School specifically. It's called Home of the Giants. What is that kid's name? I see dead people.
Oh,
him.
Haley
Joe
Oh,
Osment.
yeah.
Haley Joe
Haley Joe
Osment.
Osment.
He plays like the lead character. And they're
Really?
like playing for a championship. I remember they came to the high school my senior year and got footage in the gym. Like they had us come like we were there for a basketball game, and was like fucking had us cheering and shit. And it like you can like see I see a couple of people like I know when that movie fucking showed that particular part. I'm like, yo, that's so and so. I gotta be over here somewhere.
Hoosiers, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, based on a true story.
Yeah.
Obviously, the name of the high school wasn't Hickory, but if I'm not mistaken,
The last guy of that basketball team just died like last year.
Really?
That's what the Pacers Hickory jerseys are about. It's
Okay.
paying homage to the Hoosiers movie.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a team back in the 20s or 30s, I think, maybe 40s, that won. It was the first team in Indiana to win 3 state titles.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very, very small school.
That's they
And
played
if you remember
their
right, they beat Muncie
yeah.
for the state title that one year.
They played
In that
the state championship was at the fairgrounds. It was at the Coliseum.
Yeah. Indianapolis Coliseum, yeah. Actually, I remember.
I can't remember the name of that town though.
What town?
The town
Milan.
that team.
Milan.
Yeah.
Milan. That was the name of the town. That
Yeah.
It was based on the Milan
The
team.
Milan Miracle.
Yeah. And of course, that was the first team and the only team until Marion won their 3 state titles consecutively. And I don't think a team's done it since
Purple
consecutively.
Rain.
But
Yeah, I don't think so.
in Marion, we did more than just win 3 consecutive state titles. We had an undefeated season. We were ranked number 1 in the nation.
We had a chance to get a state title my senior year, and they fucked it all up. 2 seconds determined that fucking game.
Well, the thing about, okay, we won them state titles 84, 85, 86, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was 85, 86, 87, I think is what it was. Well, in 1988, of course, we lost our starting 5.
Mm-hmm.
Green left, went to IUPUI, coach. And we got Dan Gunn, as the coach, who we had beat the previous year in the semifinals, or regionals one. He was coaching Penn. And we went undefeated our entire season, all the way up to I believe it was the regionals, and we got knocked out of the regionals undefeated. It was just amazing that we lost our entire starting 5 and our coach, and still went undefeated the next year all the way to the regionals.
Right.
It was cool.
It's crazy.
Purple Rain did not end when that team left.
That gym holds 8,000 people.
What gym?
Bill Green.
Bourdain Athletic Arena.
Yeah.
It's in the top 10 or 15 of the largest
like
in the state.
Top 15. It's
Yeah.
like not top 10 because the biggest basketball high school arena in Indiana is Newcastle. I think Newcastle is the biggest. And then Anderson was the biggest. The Wigwam. That fucker's still
Yeah, the
standing.
Wigwam.
The school part of it burnt down. But I remember fucking middle school and high school playing at the fucking Wigwam. Old ass fucking locker rooms and shit. Logan Sports got a big fucking basketball gym too. The Logan Sport Berries. And Felix the Cat is their fucking mascot. That was the first gym I ever dunked in, too. I don't think they had regulation fucking goals. And it was fucking, it seemed like all the fucking county schools we played against had double rims and shit. That shit's horrible.
Newcastle is number 3.
Or is it Avon that's number 1 now? I knew at one point Newcastle had the largest high school arena in the United States.
Oh shit. Number 1 in the country is Lloyd E. Scott Gymnasium in Seymour, Indiana.
Yeah.
Number 2, John A. Barato Athletic Center, East Chicago, Indiana.
They big as fuck.
Number 3, Newcastle Fieldhouse in Newcastle, Indiana. Number 4, Tiernan Center in Richmond, Indiana. Number 5, Bill Green Athletic Arena in Marion,
we are
Indiana.
top 10.
We're number 5 in the country.
Oh, yeah.
This is in the country. Because number 6 is Alfred J. Luce Fieldhouse in Dallas, Texas.
So, yeah. So they probably got a few less hundred than what we do.
No, Bill Green is at 75-60.
Yeah.
The one in Dallas, Texas is at 75.
So 70.
We have 60 more.
We have 75, 60, but standing room makes it like damn near
Yeah.
8,000.
Numbers 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all in Indiana. That's Elkhart, Michigan City, Gary, and Lafayette, and Southport, and Washington, Indiana. That goes all the way to 12.
But that makes sense though, because Indiana is the basketball state.
And then number 14 is Wildcat Den in Chinle, Arizona.
Which
So out of the top 14 in the country,
they're all Indiana.
12 of the top 14 are in Indiana. Number 6 is in Dallas, Texas, and number 14 is in Chinle, Arizona. Yeah. So we have the 5th largest
I mean, it
high
makes
school
sense.
basketball gym in the
'Cause
country.
I think we have the Naismith Museum here in Indiana
Yeah,
too. The
I
Hall
think
of
so.
Fame.
Basketball Hall of Fame, I think, is
Yeah.
in Indiana.
So we got basketball in Ohio's got football. Canton, Ohio. Which the Football Hall of Fame is fucking dope. That little weekend shit. That's
But
damn
yeah.
near like All-Star Weekend.
Look at the dots that show the 15.
Yeah. I mean, we're the heartland.
Right,
Basketball Central.
right.
Well, we house like what three of the Big Ten teams or some shit.
Huh?
Big Ten,
2.
two. So yeah, IU and Purdue.
IU and Purdue are the only 2 in the Big Ten.
Yep.
But we have Notre Dame. We also have Ball State, which is in another conference.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a couple others like Valparaiso that make the tournament every so often.
ISU and Indiana Tech.
IUPUI.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, Indiana State. That's where Larry Bird
Yeah.
played. For crying
ISU.
out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And then
and the
yeah,
Pacers suck.
IUPUI Jaguars and Indy.
And the Pacers suck.
Yeah. We're Basketball Central and our fucking NBA teams has been fucking ass since Reggie Miller left.
Since Reggie Miller left,
They
he
have
took
been
us to the
complete
NBA Finals
ass.
against fucking Shaquille O'Neal and the LA Lakers.
And then Larry Bird became president of operations and fucked it all up.
Well, actually, when Larry Bird was there, when he was coach, he started bringing us back.
Yeah, Malice in the Palace.
Yep. And
He got the fuck up out of there when
Yep.
it started. He was like, I ain't hanging around for that
Yep.
shit. Ain't nobody about to hit me in the head with no beer.
and then they replaced Bird with somebody, and everybody thought they should have replaced him with Carlisle, who was the assistant under Bird, I think.
I think if Carlisle would have got that coaching position after Bird, they would have had a championship.
I do too.
Because he went straight to fucking Dallas and got
Yep.
a championship
Yep.
with Dallas.
Yep, because they didn't hire him as the coach, he split. He
And
cut
now
bait
he's
with Indiana.
back in Indiana.
Yeah, he cut bait with Indiana when they didn't hire him. I think they hired Isaiah is what it was. Isaiah Thomas, who played his college ball at IU.
Yeah, Carlisle, he's the coach again. They just made some pretty deep trades too, so they'll have a decent lineup. Hell, they got pretty much Boston's whole bench.
Really? Whole
Yeah.
bench. Oh, so we got a bunch of bench warmers starting?
Shit, good bench though. These are guys coming off of the bench. Though.
Right.
They're like 6 and 7 men.
But yeah, well, see, you got to think too. Back when we had when we made our championship run, we had a deep bench.
Yeah.
I mean, who was our starting five? We had Reggie Miller.
The Davis brothers.
Yep.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Yep.
But well, with Reggie Miller though, it was Reggie Miller, Mark Jackson, Rick
Jackson.
Smits.
Rick Smits was the center.
And I can't remember. It was the Davis brothers.
Yeah, the Davis brothers played power forward and small forward.
Yep.
Small. Yeah, and then Reggie was the shooting guard, and
Travis Best was the point guard.
Yep. No, Jackson was the point guard.
No, Jackson wasn't.
Best came off the bench.
Jackson wasn't there yet.
Jackson wasn't there.
Jackson got there the year the Malice of the Palace happened.
Well, okay.
It was Travis Best was the point guard.
Yeah.
Because Jackson was actually shooting guard coming off the bench.
Really?
For Reggie. Yep. And then yeah, because that was the year Detroit actually. I think Detroit won the championship that year. If I'm not.
Oh, the Malice of the Palace.
They didn't win the championship. They won a couple years after that. Because they had Rasheed Wallace. They had Ben Wallace.
We had Artest, too.
Yeah. But that was Reggie. Reggie was getting ready to retire around the time the Malice in the Palace happened.
Yeah, he was coming down to the end of his career.
Travis Best was their point guard when they was making runs and shit. I think their last run against Jordan, Travis Best was their point guard.
Well, I remember when Jordan retired, he said the team that scared him the most that was remaining in the East was the Pacers.
Yeah.
He proclaimed them as being the next dynasty, and they couldn't do it.
The only teams that proposed a threat to fucking Jordan in the East at the time as their conference competitors was the Pacers.
Yeah.
The Pacers and the Knicks, the New York Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks, because the Knicks had
they had John Starks.
Yep.
John Starks and Houston. Houston played the fucking power forward or the center.
They had no. They had what was his name?
Patrick Ewing.
No. Was it Latrell Sprewell?
Yeah, was he with them? He wasn't with them.
He wasn't with them yet?
He was with, I think he was with Golden State.
And they had another guy who played forward. He played forward. But yeah, I remember that we had Rick Smits at center and Jermaine O'Neal at power forward, I think. No, because we had Dale Davis at power forward.
New York had Larry Johnson. The last time they had a fucking good team. John Starks, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston, Herb Williams, Charlie Ward. They had a fucking nice little lineup.
Because O'Neal came after the Davis brothers left.
Yeah, they had a fucking lineup. Them and the only teams that really proposed a threat in the West in the Jordan era was Houston and Utah.
Seattle, because they had
Sean Kemp and Gary Payton.
Yep.
They couldn't get the job done though.
And then
because Sean Kemp ended up going to the Cavaliers and fucking got unhealthy as shit.
Utah had Stockton and
Malone.
Yep.
I like that fucking The Last Dance documentary about the Bulls fucking reign.
Yeah. That
was crazy shit. Oh, the amount of shit that Horace Grant and fucking Scottie Pippen talked. Like, oh my fucking God. BJ Armstrong was saying some shit. But it was crazy. John Paxson was saying some shit. They all fucking shit on the owner though.
Reggie Miller, the one person who got him going to fucking old boy in New York, the spectator in New York that was sitting there on the fucking New York Knicks bench. The movie guy.
Oh, Spike Lee.
Spike Lee.
Him and Spike Lee always had words. Always.
He got Reggie going, and it would bit him in the ass every time. Reggie fucking tore him up. They tore him up.
It's a lot of people that said they would get pissed when Spike Lee was on the sides. With Kobe Bryant being one, Reggie being one, LeBron, he fucks with LeBron too. Jordan, him and Jordan was actually pretty tight. Because Jordan's actually from Brooklyn. But, well, he's from North Carolina,
Right.
but he was raised in Brooklyn.
But yeah, fucking Reggie scored, what was it, like 15 points in like a minute and a half or something?
Yeah, quick.
Yeah. Spike Lee got him going. He was like, boom!
Yeah.
Really? Boom!
Yeah. How you
Boom.
like me now? How you fucking like me now?
He tore it up.
Oh,
But my
shit.
best memory of Reggie Miller is the NBA Finals and him dunking on Shaq.
Yeah.
Pacers were getting their ass kicked and nobody could do anything but Reggie. And he's like, screw it, I'm taking it.
And see, that's like
Reggie
Jordan.
never dunked.
That's like Jordan. Him and Patrick Ewing had words because Patrick's like, he ain't never dunked on me. And Jordan fucking dunked all over him. Fucking just disrespectfully. Got you now, motherfucker.
But yeah, I mean, Pacers were done. This was an elimination game, and Reggie just he quit passing the ball because nobody could do anything.
Right.
I mean, he'd get the ball, he would pop a three, he'd drive the lane, he'd pop a three, he'd drive the lane, he dunked on Shaq for all crying out loud. You never see Reggie dunk. I mean, and it just wasn't enough, you know.
I think probably the best finals series I've watched, and it even supersedes fucking Jordan. It's the 76ers versus the Lakers in the NBA Finals.
76ers, Lakers.
Allen Iverson versus Kobe Bryant. That was a good ass fucking matchup. I think that was the beginning, or no, that was the end of the Lakers three-peat. That was like, I think that was the last time they won a championship with like Shaq. But fucking damn good series.
See, I remember watching the likes of the Lakers had, was it Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
James Worthy.
Was it Cooper? Rambus was the sixth man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, was it Cooper? There was another one. Can't remember his name right now. That'll bite me in the ass later.
Shit, Lakers had a lot of legends
Yep.
come out of there.
Fucking the Celtics had Bird, Ewing, McHale,
Parrish.
Ainge, yeah,
Robert
Parrish.
who played
Yep.
for the Lakers at one point.
Yep. Detroit had, what was it? Rodman. I just mentioned him earlier.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah. Lambeer.
Yeah.
Um,
The Bad Boys.
Yep. I mean, they were. Philadelphia. They had
Dr. J.
They had Dr. J. They had
Yeah.
Moses Malone.
Yeah.
Um,
Earl
yeah.
Monroe.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, that's when Barkley came in, because Barkley was drafted by the Sixers,
Yep.
and he came in. He was his rookie year. Played with Malone and Derek Dawkins. I think was even on that team.
He was the Hawks.
Was he a
I
Hawk?
think Dawkins was a Hawk.
Down there with Kareem.
With Hakeem
Oh
Olajuwon.
yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon and
Dominique Wilkins.
Dominique Wilkins.
And then, of course, Portland had Clyde Drexler
Yep. Clyde
and
the Glide.
Sabonis.
Yep.
Safita Sabonis.
Sabonis ended up. Yeah, Sabonis.
Sabonis is still the oldest player to retire from the
Really?
NBA. He hung in there. He beat Vlade Divac out by a season. Because Vlade Divac had a fucking long fucking
Was
run
it Divac?
too.
No, it was Detlef Schrempf. Played for the Colts.
Oh,
or the
yeah.
Pacers.
Yeah.
Detlef Schrempf got replaced by Rick Smits.
Yep. He went to Shrimp went to was it the Cavs?
Well, Smits came in and Detlef Schrempf went to power forward for a year. And
They
then,
ended up trading him.
yeah, they ended up trading him.
I want to say he went to Cleveland.
I don't remember.
I can't remember where he went. But I know playing against him on that fucking NBA Jam on that Super Nintendo, he be tearing my ass up. He be fucking me up. Oh, man, I'll run with the fucking New York Knicks, which is the baddest fucking team on there. And he'd fucking light me up. Between him and John Stockton and Karl Malone, man.
Fucking Karl Malone. The mailman.
Fuck. Fucking hey. Well, shit. It's been a good episode. Another long one.
A lot of
over
sports
the books.
shit this episode.
Fuck yeah. Hopefully, I can get Uncle T in here next week. Or get Mr. Nee in here since he just dropped a new single. It's actually pretty good. He dropped a new video and shit.
Saw that.
But I had to get him in here. Oh, yeah. Can't forget. I'm going to at least get one plug. DUBBY Energy. DUBBY.gg. Check it out. This is our affiliate sponsor. 10% off on all products.
Jitterless energy drink.
Yes, jitterless. Patented neurofactor to help you fucking focus so you're not running around here like a crackhead. But check them out, DUBBY.gg. Still haven't got around to ordering the new flavor, but gonna do that real fucking soon. Hopefully I'll have it by the time we do the next episode. But definitely check them out, DUBBY.gg, DUBBY Energy Drink. They do have tumblers, they have merch, sweatshirts, beanies, hats. They've got sample packs. Check them out. Check them out. They just came out with a whatever the fuck it is, the Japanese anime type fucking shaker, waifu, fucking anime chicks with big titties on the fucking cups. So for people that like that shit, there you go. There's the anime shit for you, fucking waifu or whatever the fuck they got. I see that shit and I think waigu. But check them out, DUBBY.gg. Enter No Offense Crew at checkout for 10% off. Hopefully I'll be doing a giveaway real fucking soon. But keep an eye out. Check it out. For our viewers that don't know, we are not posting directly to Facebook anymore. Facebook wants a cut, and they're not letting us post shit without getting a cut. They have been hitting us with Creative Commons because of our sponsor. So we are no longer feeding straight into Facebook. We'll post the YouTube links whenever the shows drop. Still doing live shows on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. But you'll have to catch the episodes in full length on YouTube. No Offense, but the podcast, or you can search No Offense Crew. Same with Instagram, no_offense_crew. Same with TikTok. Check us out. We be there, definitely. And also, you can catch Jay Brown. Let's have a drink and talk about it. Live shows, yes, definitely. We'll put the links at the end of the show, like always, somewhere. But, yeah.
But I would like to give a shout out, I don't do this often, to the lawmakers of the state of Indiana for actually honoring our Constitution.
Yes.
And giving us our rights back.
Cheers to them.
And the people of Indiana know what that means. So, constitutional carry is alive and well in Indiana.
Perks of having a red state. Perks of having a red. That's
Yep.
biggest perk ever.
Yep.
We'll be gold before soon, though. Shit's gonna stay the same. But hey, this has been the No Offense, but the podcast. And I'm your host, Shakin' Jake, here with my co-host, Mr. Jay Brown.
Me.
Hey, we out of here.
You are listening to But Podcast.
Fast Money Entertainment.